If you've been following my channel, you know that I've been on a quest. I've been on a quest for truth. What is this truth? Just some kind of answer to the ills of life. Because no matter what we do, we don't seem to find peace and joy. And I began my search a long time ago, looking in books for answers. I began with all the Western philosophers. And then I read and read and read, moved on to the mystics at some point. But reading only made me acquire more knowledge, and that knowledge only confused me further and didn't give me any answers. And then I began experiment 247, where I said, the answer can't be found in any practices like yoga and meditation. It cannot be found in any books. It can only be found in experimenting with life, in living life. And so I began this channel, and some of you have been watching, and thank you so much if you have followed me this far. But this morning, on this cold winter day, I had to tell you something very important, that I discovered that this truth is not a knowledge that can be acquired. It is not something that we can read and understand, because we can keep doing that forever and ever. And believe me, I've been doing it for 9 years. My quest began 9 years ago. And there is nothing to acquire. And yet, why do we call it truth? Why is it still something that we haven't found? It's ironic, it's paradoxical, like this life is, because that truth can only be got at by the destruction of ignorance. And what is that ignorance? This ignorance is one of separation. The feeling that we don't have it inside us. The feeling that we don't have the truth. And all the ignorance through generations and generations of human beings who felt separate, who've lacked the feeling of oneness. So that truth can only come from destroying this feeling of ignorance within us. And that light is not a light at all, because that light is here. Look at it. Can you see? That light is here. That light is all around. And that can only come through a destruction of darkness within us. There is no light we need to search for. There is nothing out there. It is already here. It is just that feeling of incessant darkness that needs to go, and we can see the light. And finally, when it comes to duality and non-duality, oh man, I've done those readings. Try to look for what you call Advaita, non-duality. And that's why there's so much talk about non-duality, because you can keep talking about it. You can keep talking about non-duality. It'll all just be talk, because non-duality is not a thing. And that can only come when we destroy this feeling of Dvaita within us, this duality within us. When the duality within us goes, non-duality is there. It's not a thing to be acquired. So there. This is not experiment 247 where I keep experimenting 24/7 anymore. It is that experiment, the 247th experiment, that has yielded results. And I want to share it with you. So hit the subscribe button and tune in for more